What's up, movie fans? I'm the Master of Movies, Clay from the Hills Maniacs, and today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of my updated DVD and Blu-ray collection. So if you haven't seen part 1 of this, go back and watch that before you watch this one, because these are in like alphabetical order, and so if you want to see A through part of C, go watch the previous video that was uploaded last week. And this one's going to be another one of these big clear bins I have, so it's going to be like random cases. They're in alphabetical order again. I think it starts with the rest of C and goes through, I believe, part of H. So let's get right into this. If you saw the last video I did, it ended with Code Black Season 1. I have Code Black Season 2. This is a kind of like a medical show and stuff. And this is, I'm not usually into medical shows and stuff, but this one I really got into. And they only did 3 seasons of this and then canceled the show for some reason, which was a shame because I really wasn't getting into this show. But really good if you're into like the medical type of stuff. Definitely check that one out. This next one I have is a Nicolas Cage one. It's called Color Out of Space. This is one of those like random ones that he was doing, and I don't know, I haven't seen this yet, so I don't know if it's good or not, but let me know what you thought of that. The next one is Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. Haven't seen this one either, but I've heard it's really funny, so I should probably check it out. Next we have The Commuter. This is Liam Neeson on a train, and I really enjoyed this one. I had a good time with this. It's basically the same storyline as every other movie he's been in recently, but yeah, it was a good movie. I'm looking forward to his new movie going on. I don't think I've seen a Liam Neeson movie yet that I haven't really enjoyed. There's some weird ones and some that were unnecessary, but I don't think that there's been any that I haven't liked. Next is Coneheads. This is a classic. I have seen that one. Next we have the Conjuring Universe 6-film collection. This has Annabelle Comes Home, The Nun, Annabelle, The Conjuring, Annabelle Creation, and The Conjuring 2. I haven't seen any of these. I've heard mixed things on some of these movies. I bought it because they're horror movies, and that slipcover is kind of cool. And I did want to check them out. I just haven't really gotten around to them because I'm not really into these kinds of things, but who knows, maybe one day I'll watch them. Next up we have Contract Killers. This seemed interesting. I found this at Dollar Tree, I think, so I picked it up because it's kind of like a action movie and stuff, and I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. Next is The Corpse Bride, a Tim Burton one. I have not seen this one. I think the only one of these like stop motion ones that Tim Burton did that I actually watched was Nightmare Before Christmas. I've seen bits of other one. I saw Coraline too, I guess, so there's that. But I haven't seen this one, so let me know what you guys thought of that if you've seen it. This next one was a cheap one from Walmart. This is Cosmo Ball. It sounded unique and different, so I figured I'd check it out. I just haven't watched it yet, but if you've seen this, let me know what you thought of it, because I have no clue. Next up we have Countdown. This is one I wanted to see in theaters and never got around to it, and I heard good things about this, but I heard some negative things too. But I really wanted to see this, and I haven't gotten down to it yet. But basically the premise is like these people all have a set time that they're supposed to die and stuff, and the people, I guess, are trying to prevent their death when their clock counts down to 0, I guess is what the premise of the movie was. So it sounded kind of cool, and I wanted to see it. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. This next one is Courageous. I have seen this one. Really good movie if you're into those kinds of movies. The next one is The Courier. Gary Oldman, Olga Kurylenko. So I haven't seen this. I've seen parts of it, but I've heard good things about this, so I do want to check this one out too. Next is Crash. This is a Best Picture winner, and if you saw my last one of these I mentioned I bought a box of a bunch of like random movies and stuff, and this actually came in it, which was kind of cool because this is a Best Picture winner. So I'll probably watch this and review it at some point for this channel. I just haven't seen that yet. The next one is another one I wanted to see in theaters and never did. This is Crawl. I should probably watch this because it looked really cool. It's a giant crocodile or alligator, one of the two. Looks like a crocodile on the front, but I think it says alligator on the back. Maybe there's both. Who knows? But yeah, it sounded cool. Wanted to check it out. Haven't gotten around to it yet, so I need to watch that one. This next one I got at Dollar Tree. It's Crazy Samurai 400 versus 1. I don't know. It sounded cool, so I grabbed it, but I haven't seen it yet. Next is Creed. I never really got into any of the Rocky movies. I have the complete collection on Blu-ray, so you'll see those later on in another part. And this is obviously a sequel to that, where Sylvester Stallone's character, Rocky, is basically training the son of Apollo Creed from the Rocky movies, and he's played by Michael B. Jordan. Again, never got into any of these Rocky movies, so I haven't watched those. I haven't seen any of the Rocky movies either. I mean, I've seen parts of the original, but haven't seen any of the other ones. Next is Critters Attack. I think this is like the third or fourth one in this series. I haven't seen any of these, so don't really know why I grabbed it. This next one is Croczilla. This is a 4-movie collection, or, well, 5 if you count that. So because it includes 4 bonus movies. So you get Croczilla, and then you have Attack of the Giant Leeches, Piranha, Voyage of the Prehistoric Planet, or To the Prehistoric Planet, and the Killer Shrews. They're horror movies, why not? Next, I bought for my DreamWorks collection, because I'm trying to get all the DreamWorks movies. This is The Croods. I have not seen this. I know they have a second one. I don't know if I think it's out on DVD now. But haven't seen this yet. I just picked it up for the DreamWorks thing. I might watch it at some point, but I don't know. So the next one I have is The Curse of Chucky. I think this is right after I had the Child's Play ones in the last one. I think this is the next one in line, but I'm not sure. But I was trying to get all of them, and I didn't have this one, so I picked it up. I haven't seen this one though, so I'll have to watch that at some point. Next up is season 7 of The Curse of Oak Island. I have the box set of the first 6 seasons, which you'll see when I show off my box sets. Because I know there's going to be some box sets throughout this thing, but certain ones I kind of kept aside because either the case was cool or unique, or it didn't really fit in the box or something, and so I kept it aside. But you'll see some box sets, but not all of them. I do have the first 6 seasons of this also in a box set, which you'll see in another part. But this is a great show. These 2 brothers basically are digging on an island searching for treasure. They don't know what's buried there, but they're hoping something is there. It's on History Channel. They're on season 9, I think, now on TV. So this is a good show. Check it out if you haven't seen it already. But that's season 7. You'll see the first 6 in another part. This is Derailed. I think it's basically like a train goes off the tracks and ends up crashing and the people are stuck or something like that. It was at Dollar Tree, so I picked it up, but it sounded kind of cool. I'll probably watch it at some point. Another one I got from Dollar Tree was Damascus Under Fire. Again, sounded cool. Picked it up. Haven't watched it yet. Next, we have Dam Sharks. And I have seen this one. It was a really weird movie. Basically, sharks are building a dam out of body parts of people that they kill. Or there's already a dam there trying to prevent it, so they're like putting the body parts in the dam to replace it or something like that. I don't know. It was a weird movie, but it was a cheesy $5 shark movie from Walmart, so I picked it up and watched it. It was stupid, but I kept it because it's a shark movie. This next one is Dark Light, another one I got from Dollar Tree. Have not seen this yet. It's basically about like an alien invasion, I think. So um, I'll probably check this out at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it. Dark Was the Night, another one I haven't seen, but it seemed kind of interesting, so grabbed it and just haven't watched it. This next one is Darkest Hour, starring Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill, and he actually won an Academy Award for Best Actor for this movie, so I'll probably watch this because I know a lot of people said it was good. I haven't seen it yet, but I picked it up because I did want to see it because he won an Oscar for it. Next is the Da Vinci Code. I've never seen the full movie of this. I mean, I know the premise of it and I know what happens and stuff, but I've never seen the full movie, so I'll have to go back and rewatch this at some point. But I do remember liking what I saw from that. Next is something I got from that random set of movies. This is Dave Chappelle. I guess is a comedy thing. I don't know. I haven't watched it. I just kept it because it's a DVD. Because I'm weird. Next is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Probably my favorite of the new trilogy of Planet of the Apes. Really good movie. I liked all three of them, but I think this one is the best of the three. I heard somewhere that they might be making a fourth one, but I'm not sure now. But I know Disney owns this now because they own Fox, so Disney might want to do something with this, but hopefully if they do keep this series going, that it is a good movie like the other three were. There were some flaws in War for the Planet of the Apes, but this one was probably the best. If you haven't seen this series of Planet of the Apes, go check this out, please, because this is a great movie. I really enjoyed that movie. Next is Dawn Rider. A lot of, I know, big name actors in this movie, so I picked it up. It's kind of like a Western thing. I haven't watched this yet, but if you've seen that, let me know what you thought. Another one that I heard mixed things on, and I kind of wanted to see it and just never did, The Dead Don't Die. I know, again, a lot of big names in this. You have Steve Buscemi, Tilda Swinton, Bill Murray, Selena Gomez, Adam Driver, Danny Glover, so a lot of big name stars in this movie, and it's basically a zombie movie, so wanted to watch it, never did. Probably should. You're going to hear me say that a lot in these collection videos, because I buy movies with the intent to watch them and just never watch them. This next one I got at Dollar Tree. This is Deadliest Critters, Wild Things with Dominic Monaghan. I guess it's basically like he shows off some deadly critters or something. It's like a documentary. And so he's from Lord of the Rings. But I picked it up because it seemed interesting. Again, haven't watched it. Next is Derailed, not to be confused with D-Railed, which I showed earlier. I'm pretty sure it's a different movie, different actors and stuff. Probably completely different movie, different people. So, this came from that random set of movies. I know nothing about it, never even heard of it, so there's that. This next one I have seen. This is Death Wish with Bruce Willis. I think this was a remake, but I do remember really liking this movie. Yeah, if you haven't seen this and you want to see Bruce Willis go on a rampage for somebody going after his family, then watch this movie, because it was a really good movie. Next is Deep Blue Sea and Deep Blue Sea 2-pack. Have not seen either one of these. I know the first one, I'm pretty sure, is the movie where Samuel L. Jackson gets eaten by a shark. But haven't seen any of these. There is a third one, which I do have. And then I have another copy of Deep Blue Sea 2, because I bought this before I bought the 2-pack, so I probably don't really need this one. And then Deep Blue Sea 3, which I haven't watched yet either, so I should probably watch those because they're shark movies and I'm into those. Next, I have seen, this is Disney's Descendants. I know they have 3 of this movie now, but I do remember seeing that, or liking this. I haven't seen the other 2. I don't have the other 2. I probably should get the other 2 though, because I do know that a lot of people love these movies, and obviously with Cameron Boyce passing away, I do kind of want to watch these. So the first one was good though. I do remember liking that. Another movie I've seen, Despicable Me, a really funny movie, and introduced us to the Minions. So really funny movie. Haven't seen the other 2. Don't have the other 2. I do have Minions though. So you'll see that in another part. So the next one I have is Detective Pikachu. Heard a lot of good things. Again, haven't seen it, but probably will check it out. I think they're making a second one. Next is The Devil Wears Prada. Came in that set of random movies. Heard mixed reviews on this. Doubt I'll ever watch it, but who knows? Maybe I will. The next one is a James Bond one, Diamonds Are Forever. If you watched my last video, I said I've only seen, I think, Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. But I have most of these, at least one from each actor who's played James Bond. This one is Sean Connery as James Bond. So this is a Sean Connery one. Haven't seen this one though. Never really got into James Bond, but who knows. This one I have seen, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I think they have other movies out of this, but this is from the first one. I don't like this orange case, but hey, whatever. But not a bad movie. I saw this a long time ago. The next one is Dig, Season 1. Don't know much about this. I know Jason Isaacs is in it, but I got this at Dollar Tree, so I figured I'd check it out and just never got around to watching it yet. Next is Dinosaur. Really good Disney movie. I know a lot of people hate on this, but I didn't mind it. I really like this. I watched it on VHS. I thought it was a good movie. Next is Dirty Dancing. This is a classic, but of course, knowing me, I've never seen it. So yeah, I need to watch that though. I know it's a classic. This next one is called Distorted. It has John Cusack. It sounded really cool, so I picked it up, and I just haven't watched it yet. In this picture though, doesn't he kind of look like John Kramer from the Jigsaw, or from the Saw franchise, the main killer in Saw? But it is, I think it's kind of like a mystery type of thing. So I did want to check it out. I just haven't gotten around to it. But if you've seen this, let me know, because I really do think it'll be a good movie. Next is District 9. Another one I've heard mixed things on and haven't seen. Next is Divergent. 3-movie collection. So it's got Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant. I think it's Allegiant on Blu-ray, so I really don't need that. But you'll see it again when I show my Blu-rays. I watched Divergent, haven't seen the other 2. Wasn't a big fan of Divergent. Another one that I haven't seen that I probably should is Django Unchained. I know a lot of people love this movie. They say it's one of Tarantino's best. And I haven't seen this. Next is Do You Believe? Have seen this. This is a really good movie about different people from different walks of life, who all end up coming together through faith and things happening. They all end up meeting each other and then giving their lives to Jesus. So really good movie. I really enjoyed this. Good movie. Check that out if you're into those Christian movies and stuff. Next is Doctor Sleep. Having never seen The Shining when I watched this, I know, right? I thought this was a pretty good movie. I don't know, I still haven't seen The Shining, so I probably should. But I don't know compared to The Shining if this is a good movie or not, but I really enjoyed this for what it was. It is the sequel to The Shining, basically, where Ewan McGregor plays a grown-up version of Danny Torrance, which is the child from the first one. And Rebecca Ferguson is a witch trying to take The Shining from this little girl. and Ewan McGregor has to save her basically, and it was a really good movie. They end up going back to the hotel, so really good movie. Next is Doctor Strange. Of course, I've seen this. I've seen all the MCU movies. Not my favorite, but not my least favorite. But it definitely set up Doctor Strange to be a main character in the MCU, so kind of important. Just I don't know, just something about this. I don't really care to rewatch it, but I kind of have to when I do a rewatch of the MCU. Next is Dogs Go to Heaven from Mark Lowry. He's a Christian comedian. We watched this. It's pretty funny. Okay, next is Dolphin Tale, a movie I've seen a long time ago, and this dolphin loses his tail from like a boat propeller or something, and the kids end up building him like a prosthetic tail so that he can still swim, and he's at an aquarium now because he obviously can't survive in the wild without a tail, and they basically just befriend the dolphin, which is kind of cool. So I really liked that movie when I saw it. Next is Doom. I have seen this, and I never played the game. I don't know how accurate it was. I don't think this movie was horrible. I remember not really getting into it that much. Next is the two Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the animated original one, and then of course the Jim Carrey live action one. Both are really good movies. This one's only like, 45 minutes or something, because it's an animated thing. And then this one's an actual like movie. Both are really funny. Jim Carrey does a great job playing the Grinch. And then they made that new movie, The Grinch, with Benedict Cumberbatch voicing the Grinch, which I also have. You'll see in when I show off my box sets, because it came in like a tin. But really, really good movies. Both of them, they're classic Christmas movies that we watch every year, or at least I try to. Next is the Dragonheart 5 movie collection. I think that these are based off of books, or at least the first one was. I have one of these again on Blu-ray, just because the slipcover was kind of cool. But I haven't seen any of these, so if you've seen these, let me know. But I just picked them up because they seemed interesting. The next one is a DreamWorks 4 movie collection, again to go along with my DreamWorks stuff. So it has Captain Underpants, The Road to El Dorado, Puss in Boots, and Sinbad. Haven't seen any of these, but I picked this up because it's part of the DreamWorks stuff that I'm trying to collect. So there's 4 movies right there that I don't have to buy separately, which is always great. That's why I know a lot of people don't like sets like that, but I like those because that's less movies I have to buy. Dunkirk, another movie I know a lot of people love. I just haven't seen this yet. I bought it with the intent to watch it and never got around to it, but I know a lot of people are saying it's a good movie, so I do want to check that one out. This next one came in that set of random movies. This is Duplex. I don't know anything about this. Ben Stiller and Drew Barrymore, and I have no clue. I honestly don't. So I just kept it. Maybe I'll watch it. Who knows? This next one is Dynasties, the greatest of their kind. This is about 5 different animal families. So you got chimps, tigers, lions, hyenas, and penguins, or hunting dogs and penguins. Narrated by David Attenborough. I love all of these BBC ones, from the BBC Earth and stuff, narrated by David Attenborough. I said that in the last ones. I showed off a few of those in the last collection part I did, and I love all of these. I'm into nature stuff, so this is really fun. If you haven't seen any of these, definitely check these out if you're into learning about animals and the earth and things like that, because those are really good. The next one's a classic, E.T. I haven't seen this full movie, so I probably should watch this again because I haven't seen the full thing, but I do understand and know what happened in the movie. I've seen most of it. I've seen the important parts. There's just parts that people talk about that I don't remember happening in the movie, so I should probably rewatch it. But it is a classic, and I did enjoy it when I watched it. Earth to Echo. I have not seen this. I mean, I watched this I think a while ago when I was younger, but I don't remember much about it, and I just picked it up because I do remember watching it. I don't remember much about it. So next is Edge of Darkness with Mel Gibson. Heard good things. Again, haven't seen it. Next is Edge of Tomorrow or Live, Die, Repeat. Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise. Seen parts of it. Haven't seen this full movie, but I know a lot of people like it. Another one I need to watch, Edward Scissorhands. People say it's mixed reviews again, but still have to check that one out. This one, if you haven't seen, then you haven't seen a good Christmas movie. This is Elf. Probably one of the funniest movies that you will ever watch on Christmas. I mean, this movie is just great. I don't know how many times I've rewatched this movie and still laugh every time. There's just something about Will Ferrell playing an elf that, well, he plays a regular person who's raised by elves, and then has to go find his actual family, which is pretty cool. And it's a hilarious movie. So if you haven't seen this, you definitely need to check this out, because this is a really funny movie. Next one I have is Elysium. I haven't seen this. I really want to, and I probably will watch this eventually. I know a lot of people talk crap on it and stuff, but I do want to check this out. So let me know what you thought of it if you've seen it. And the last one for this pile is the Emoji Movie. I haven't seen it, but I just picked it up because I thought it was funny. Alright, so the next one I have is another one that came in that random set. This is Empire, Two Worlds Collide. Don't know much about it, but I kept it because it was from that set of random movies. Next is Ender's Game. Another one I've heard mixed things on. Wanted to see and haven't, so I'll probably watch that just to see what it's like. This next one I have seen, and a lot of people give it hate. I remembered enjoying it. It's Eragon, based off the books. I read the book. I enjoyed the book. One of only a few books I've read willingly. But I didn't mind this movie. I don't know why people hate on it so much. I would be okay with a remake of Eragon. I really would. But I picked this up because I do remember liking it. I haven't rewatched it since I bought it on DVD, but I do remember liking it. This next one is Escape Room. Another one I wanted to see in theaters and didn't. And I probably still should watch it. Just haven't yet. But I think, didn't they make a sequel to this? Or they're going to or something? So, who knows? Maybe I'll see that too. Next is a wrestling one. This is Evolution, the WWE Women's Division. It was basically the first women's pay-per-view, but this also shows some matches throughout the women's history of the WWE. Next we have the 3 Expendables movies. I've seen all 3 of them. The second 2 you could do without probably, but the first one I really enjoy. But I have fun with all of them. There's different actors in them, apart from the main people. I know Ronda Rousey's in one of them, so you know they're different and unique from each other, but really the first one's the best. Next is Experimenter, another one I haven't seen, but I've heard mixed things, so I'll probably check it out, just haven't yet. This next one came in the box set, and it's in, I think, this is German, I don't know, Extreme or Extreme, I don't know if it's actually the title of it, and I hope it's in English. I haven't watched it yet. Hugh Grant and Gene Hackman. Um, I don't know. It came in that set of random movies I bought. Next, I got a Dollar Tree. This is Extreme Dinosaurs. It's basically like a documentary from BBC on dinosaurs. So, it was a Dollar Tree. I don't know. It was $1. I grabbed it to see what it was like. Face Off, another movie. I have not seen the full thing of John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. I have seen parts of this though, and I do remember liking what I saw, but I haven't watched this full movie, so I kind of need to do that. Next is Facing the Giants. This is a really good movie, football movie. Check that out if you want to. Next is another one from that set of random movies. Family Guy presents Blue Harvest. Never watched any of these Family Guy Star Wars parody things. But I'll probably check this out because I know a lot of people love these. This is the only one I have though, so I'll probably check it out just to see what it's like. These next two are also from that set of random movies. So you have The Family Stone, don't know anything about it, and then The Family That Plays. The Family That Prays, not plays, prays. P-R-E-Y-S, not A-Y-S. I don't know. It's Tyler Perry, and it was in that set of random movies. Next is The Fantastic Four, and The Fantastic Four: The Rise of Silver Surfer. This one sucked. It really did. This one's not bad. People hate on this for some reason. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but it was definitely better than this one, and definitely better than Fantastic. But again, people hate on this. I actually thought Doctor Doom was way cooler in this one than he was in the original. Okay, I'm not afraid to admit that I actually like this movie. Not like there's definitely flaws in this movie, but I didn't hate it as much as some other people did. And who knows what the MCU is going to do now since Disney owns Fantastic Four, and the Fantastic Four will be part of the MCU coming up eventually, at least hopefully. So I hope they do them justice. Next, we have the two Fantastic Beasts movies. So we have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Looking forward to seeing Secrets of Dumbledore. It looks good. I had a great time with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This one, it wasn't horrible. It's just it was really confusing at times, and it's not my favorite of the Wizarding World stuff. But Johnny Depp was replaced by Mads Mikkelsen in the upcoming one, so we'll have to see how Mads Mikkelsen does in that. But I will see the new one. The next one I have is Fantastic Mr. Fox. I've seen this. It's been a while, but I do remember liking this. George Clooney voices one of them, and Meryl Streep voices one of them. This is like a kind of like a claymation stop motion type of thing, I think, if I remember right, or they're puppets or something. But I do remember liking this when I saw it. I just haven't rewatched it. Next is the Fast and Furious 8 movie collection. It has Fast and Furious, The Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, Furious 7, and The Fate of the Furious. I watched the first two and Tokyo Drift, and I don't care anymore, really. This series just kind of went off topic, I think. I've seen parts of the other ones, and it's nothing like what the originals were. I wasn't a huge fan of the first three to begin with. Tokyo Drift was fun, but I could really do without it. And then I do have F9 and Hobbs and Shaw, but I honestly I'm not a fan of this series, but I have the complete set. Next is Fatale, another one I've heard mixed things on, and I want to see this. Hilary Swank is in this, and I do want to check it out. I just haven't gotten around to it. But I haven't had that movie for long. I bought it not that long ago. I didn't buy it when it first came out. The next one gave Anthony Hopkins an Oscar at last year's Academy Awards, which was kind of controversial, but whatever. The Father. Haven't seen this. I know it's a good movie, and I do want to check it out. It was nominated for Best Picture, I believe, and it didn't win Best Picture, but he did win for his portrayal in this movie, so I'll probably check that out, but just haven't gotten around to it yet. Next, we have Fear the Walking Dead Season 1 and Season 2. We started watching this show after we finished up through Season 10 of The Walking Dead. Haven't caught Season 11 of The Walking Dead yet, so please no spoilers. But we got into The Walking Dead way after everybody else, way after it was even popular, really, and we actually enjoyed it. So I got Fear the Walking Dead, the first 2 seasons. I think, aren't they on 6 or 7? Or didn't they make 6 or 7? I think they're done with it now, aren't they? But we finished Season 1, and I think we started Season 2. We just haven't finished this yet. Not bad, but not my favorite compared to the original Walking Dead. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, another classic that I haven't seen. And then Field of Dreams, another one that I haven't seen. I'm not a huge fan of sports stuff, but I bought it because I know it's a classic, Kevin Costner and stuff. So I'll probably check it out. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. The next one I have is The Fifth Element, another one from that random set of movies. Haven't seen it. Heard mixed things. Probably gonna watch it at some point. Next, Fight Club. Have not seen this full movie. Probably should, but can't say much about this because rule number 1. The Final Destination 5 film collection. Some of these are hit and miss. The first one I really enjoy. The second one's not bad. The rest of them after that, you could do without. They have their moments, but the first one is definitely, these kids cheat death and death fights back, basically. And it's a really good horror movie. And I guess it's not really horror, it's more like thriller and stuff, but still really good. The first 2, the other 3 you could live without. Final Fantasy thing from the random set. This is Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within. I don't know. Finding Dory and Finding Nemo. Seen both of these. Like both of them. I like Finding Nemo better, obviously, but not bad movies for both of them. Fireproof, another really good one. Just haven't seen it yet. I mean, I have seen it, I just haven't rewatched it yet. That's what I meant. First Man, another one I wanted to see in theaters, didn't get to. I'll probably check it out at some point because it's like an astronaut space movie thing with Ryan Gosling. I heard it's really good, so I do want to check that one out. Let me know if you've seen it in the comments, what you thought of it. Next, I have The Flash Season 1. I bought this with the intent of watching it. I've never been a fan of DC stuff. I haven't gotten around to seeing this yet. So, let me know if you've seen it, if you like it. Another one from that set of random movies, Flashbacks of a Fool. Don't know much about that. Again, let me know if you've seen that. Next is the Fluffy movie. This is about comedian Gabriel Iglesias, and it's basically one of his shows, but it's also kind of like a parody on his life and stuff too. So it's kind of funny. He's a funny guy. If you haven't seen any of his stuff, check it out. Flushed Away. I bought this for my DreamWorks collection, but it has Hugh Jackman and Ian McKellen, I think. And I do remember kind of enjoying it when I first watched it. I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't really remember much about it, but I bought it for the DreamWorks set, so I might rewatch it at some point. Next is The Fog from John Carpenter. haven't seen this. I know there's one, I think, isn't this kind of similar to The Mist from Stephen King? I think so, if I'm not mistaken. But this is from John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, who made the Halloween movie. So this is a horror movie, and I do want to check it out. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Next is Force of Nature, another one I haven't seen. It's got Mel Gibson and some other people in it, and seemed interesting. Picked it up, haven't watched it. Another one here, a classic, Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks won an Oscar for this, and it won Best Picture. So if you haven't seen Forrest Gump, why? I wasn't a fan of it the first time I watched it because it's kind of long. But when I rewatched it, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a bad movie, obviously, but it's just, it's not one that I'll sit down and rewatch all the time. But I could rewatch it once or twice maybe, because it is a good movie. Next we have The Fox and the Hound and The Fox and the Hound 2 2-pack. Never seen the second one. The first one I really enjoyed, and then another copy of Fox and the Hound 2 because I had this before I bought the 2-pack, so I really don't need this, but whatever. Next is Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Haven't seen this. I don't know, it was cheap, so I picked it up, but I haven't actually watched it. The Free Willy 4 movie collections. You have Free Willy, Free Willy 2, the adventure movie, Free Willy 3, the rescue, and then Free Willy 4, Escape from Pirates Cove. I have the fourth one on Blu-ray, so you'll see that again when I show that. I haven't really seen any of these though, but I probably will, just because it's about a killer whale. This next movie was probably one of the worst movies I have ever watched. And I kept it just to remember how bad of a movie this really was. I don't know if it was just because of how it was made or the acting in it, but something about this movie, or even the animation, the CGI sharks in this thing, just sucked. Frenzy is literally, if you like shark movies, don't watch this, even though it's a shark movie. I would rather watch Sharknado, and I hate Sharknado. I mean, this movie was, I think it was like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I unfortunately watched the whole thing. Oh my gosh, this movie sucked. It really did. I'm not gonna get rid of it though, because it's a cheesy shark movie, but man did it suck. Friday Night Lights, football movie. Haven't seen it. Know a lot of people like it. I just haven't seen it. Next is the Friday the 13th 8 film collection. I've seen the first 7 of these, I want to say. I don't think I've seen Jason Takes Manhattan yet, and I don't have 9 or 10, but this has the first 8 movies in it. I like the first 2. 3, 4 was pretty good. 5 and 6, and then 7 again. I did inconsistencies on the first one on this channel, so you can go check out that if you wish to. The first one's obviously a classic, and the second one you have to watch because it's the first time Jason makes his appearance. After that, though, they just kind of dragged. Some of them are good later on, but I mean, one of them, Jason goes to space, so there's that. And then Friday the 13th, the remake. Who cares? I've seen that too. It sucked. Fronteras. I found this at Dollar Tree. Seemed interesting. Picked it up. Haven't watched it. Next is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Disney movie. I don't know. It's just something about this. Frozen. Yes, I'm a 24-year-old guy who likes Frozen, and I'm not afraid to say that. This movie's great, and I don't care. Frozen 2 I have not seen yet. Have to, though, because I've heard it's pretty good. Full Metal Jacket, another classic. Haven't seen. I told you I had it. I don't care. F9. And then G-Force. I liked this the first time I watched it. I haven't rewatched this since I bought it on DVD, but I do remember liking it the first time I saw it. The next one I have is G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra. It came in the set of random movies, okay? That's why I kept it. Next is The Gambler. Haven't seen this, heard good things. Mark Wahlberg. Probably check it out, just haven't yet. Another one I haven't seen, Game Night. I really wanted to see this. I heard it's really funny, so I'll probably check it out at some point. The next series, hit or miss for some of them. I haven't seen the full show. I don't think I want to see the last couple seasons. I've heard it goes downhill after season 4 or 5. But I've seen the first 3 seasons. Game of Thrones. So we have season 1, which I've seen. Season 2, which I've seen. And then season 3 and 4. I've seen 3, haven't seen 4. Season 5 with this really cool case and stuff. Haven't seen season 5, and I heard that's where it starts to go downhill. Season 6, season 7 with limited art slipcover, and then the final season 8. Again, haven't seen beyond season 4. I think 4 or 5 or 3 or 4 something. I don't even remember. It's been a while since I watched it. Next is The Game Plan. Dwayne Johnson. I do remember liking this when I first saw it. So, and I picked it up because it's a Disney movie. So, next one came in that set of random movies. This is Garden State. Know nothing about this. Zach Braff and Natalie Portman. I honestly have no clue. Gemini Man. Saw this in theaters. Ticket stub. Yes, I keep all my ticket stubs that I see the movies for in the cases when I buy them on DVD. Didn't hate this movie. Didn't enjoy this movie. Wasn't bad. The CGI on Will Smith to make him his own clone son was kind of bad, but the movie itself wasn't a bad movie. A lot of people hate on it. I didn't mind it. It obviously wasn't my favorite movie, but I still had a good time with it. Another one came in that set, Georgia Roll. Okay. Get Out, another one I need to see because I know a lot of people like this. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And I have not seen the second one. What was it called? Us or something like that. I haven't seen that yet. Ghostbusters, classic. Ghostbusters 2, same thing. And we saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I did not buy yet on Blu-ray, but it was a good movie. Those two are classics too. Ghost in the Shell I haven't seen yet, heard mixed things, bought it because it was like $5. Ghost Rider, not a bad movie, not perfect, but not bad. I do have the second one on Blu-ray, so you'll see that in another part. Gladiator, another classic. Russell Crowe won Best Actor for this movie, so I couldn't find this anywhere. I really couldn't, and then I found it for real cheap, so I was like, well, I'm gonna pick it up while I'm here. So that was Gladiator. I've seen parts of it, still haven't seen the full movie. Global Meltdown. It's basically like a end of the world type thing. Haven't seen it yet, but sounded cool, so I picked it up. God's Comic, Brad Stein. This is another Christian comedian. He was pretty funny, so definitely check him out if you're into like clean comedy and stuff. The next one is God's Not Dead. I don't know where the other ones went. I do have all 3 of the first 3, but God's Not Dead. I showed the newest one, the fourth one, God's Not Dead, We the People, in the last part. I don't know where the cases for the other two are, but I have God's Not Dead 2 and God's Not Dead 3. I just don't know where they are. So there's God's Not Dead. They're all really good movies, though. They're all different and unique. Yeah, I don't know where they went. Gone in 60 Seconds. I finally, when I first saw this, I just saw parts of it and really liked it, and I finally got to watch the full thing, and it's a really good movie about these people that basically steal cars, and they have to get a certain number of cars in a certain time period to get his brother back, or somebody's brother back or something. I think it's Nicolas Cage's brother. Really good movie, though. Really enjoyed that when I finally got to sit down and watch the full thing. Good Will Hunting, still haven't seen. My dad got this for me. 9 Academy Award nominations, and it won for Best Supporting Actor and Best Original Screenplay. So, really good movie. Robin Williams and Matt Damon. I know it's a good movie, just haven't seen it. Next is another classic, The Goonies. Watched this on VHS, haven't seen it on DVD. Haven't rewatched it since I bought it on DVD, but I do remember liking it. This next one is Grandmasters of Wrestling. This is a kind of like just a bunch of random wrestling matches from all over the world. So it was kind of fun to see other people. This next one is Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. I dug to the bottom of the bin at Walmart to find this sucker. I didn't dig to the bottom specifically to find this, but I was digging through the bin and found this. And I watched this on VHS, and I remembered enjoying it. It's an animated movie about the song Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. I remember enjoying this, and so I picked it up because I had never even seen it on DVD before. I didn't even know it was on DVD until I found it, and while I was there, I was like, you know what the heck, it's $5. Sure. I haven't rewatched it since then, but I do remember liking this as a kid on VHS. The next one is Gravity, Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. Another one I haven't seen, but I've heard good things about, so I need to check that out because it's like a space exploration thing. The next one is The Great Alaskan Race. I think it was based on a true story. Haven't seen it. It seemed kind of interesting. I guess people get stuck like out in the wilderness, and this team of huskies, if you will, have to like basically bring them home, or it's about like a race or something. I think they get stuck in a blizzard or something. I don't really remember, but I do remember wanting to watch this, and it seemed interesting. And it's a puppy, so. I grabbed that one. Next is The Great Gatsby. I actually watched this one in comm lit class in high school. Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Joel Edgerton. I remember enjoying this based off the book The Great Gatsby. Haven't rewatched it on DVD since, but I did remember enjoying this. This is one of those ones that we watched in comm lit class that I actually enjoyed, I guess. The Great Wall, have not seen this, but Pedro Pascal's in it, and he plays Mandalorian on the Disney Plus show, The Mandalorian, so I might watch it just for that. Willem Dafoe's in it, Matt Damon, but I haven't seen this. Next is another one of those $5 shark movies from Walmart. This is Great White. I haven't seen this one yet, so I don't know if it's good or not. I buy these $5 movies at Walmart. That's probably why they keep making them, because I buy them. They know I like them. No, I'm kidding. But I haven't seen this one. Hopefully it's better than Frenzy. This next one is Great White Shark, A Living Legend. This is a documentary on a great white shark from BBC Earth. This one I have seen, and this one I do like. Sharks are my favorite animal, so that's why I like shark movies. But this was a really good documentary on the great white shark. Next is The Greatest Royal Rumble. This is another wrestling one, obviously. This took place in Saudi Arabia, the first event they ever did in Saudi Arabia, and they're still going in Saudi Arabia. Good for them. But the Royal Rumble is my favorite wrestling event of the year, and unfortunately, it's gone downhill in recent years, but whatever. You'll see all the Royal Rumbles. I have all of them on DVD. You'll see those in another part. So, this is the greatest Royal Rumble. The next one I have is The Greatest Story Ever Told. Found this at Dollar Tree. Haven't seen it though, but I think it's basically about the life of Jesus, but I haven't watched it. Another wrestling one, Greatest Superstars of the 21st Century. It's basically a documentary with a couple matches from some of the greatest WWE superstars of the 21st century. Hence the name of the case. Next one came in that set of random movies. This is Greenberg, Ben Stiller. Don't know anything about this. I just know Ben Stiller's in it. Gremlins, a classic. Haven't seen this in a while, but I have seen it. It's a classic. Gridlocked. Found this at Dollar Tree, I think, or Dollar General or something. Wanted to check it out. Haven't gotten around to it yet, but seemed interesting. And Trish Stratus is in it. So, you got Dominic Purcell, Cody Hackman, Trish Stratus, Vinnie Jones, Stephen Lang, and Danny Glover. So, you can't beat that cast. So, I picked it up. Haven't watched it. I think this came out in like 2016 or something, but whatever. But haven't watched it yet. Grimm Season 1. I bought this with the intent to watch it. I've heard people talk about it, but I don't know if it's something I'll be into, but I bought it to watch it. That's why I only bought Season 1 and not the box set of the first like 5 or 6 seasons or whatever they had. Just haven't watched this yet. Next is another classic that I have to admit I haven't seen yet. Groundhog Day. I know the premise of it. I haven't watched it yet. Where time starts over and over and over and over and just keeps going. Haven't seen this, but I do know the premise of it. The next one I have is Groundhog Day, another movie I haven't seen. It's a classic that I haven't seen, and I know the premise. Time starts over and over and over, and I should probably watch this because I haven't seen it yet. The next one I have is Groundhog Day, where time just keeps going and going and going. Haven't seen it. Should probably watch it. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. The next one I have is the Grown Ups 2-movie collection. The first one's good. The second one I had fun with. Wasn't great, but still enjoyed it. The first one's hilarious. I mean, you can never go wrong with Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Chris Rock, David Spade, Rob Schneider, and then add in Steve Buscemi and some other people in the second one. I mean, these were just fun movies. They're literally acting like little children throughout this whole movie, at least the first one. So, good movies. This next one is Guardians. Found this at like Dollar Tree. Have no clue what it's about. Looked kind of cool. Just haven't watched it. Guardians of the Galaxy. I know a lot of people love this movie. It's not my favorite MCU film. It's really not. Again, not my least favorite. That goes to Iron Man 2. But Guardians is just one of those movies that I honestly could, if it didn't exist, I would be fine with it. I have Guardians 2 on Blu-ray, so you'll see that in my Blu-ray part. Guardians of the Museum. This was kind of like a TV series from BBC. I started watching this. Gulliver's Travels, another one from that random set of movies I got. Not a bad movie. I haven't actually finished it, so I don't know really how it ends. I know I've seen parts of this, but what I saw, I remember liking. So I should probably watch the full thing. Another one from that random set of movies is Hairspray. Okay, Hall Pass with Owen Wilson and Jason Sudeikis. Haven't seen this. It seemed funny. It even came with like a thing to put like a can in to keep it warm. What are those things called? bought it just for the heck of it. Who knows? Next, classic, one of my favorite horror movies ever, Halloween. Can't go wrong with Halloween. I mean, honestly, I did inconsistencies for this previously on our channel for one of our Halloween Week videos. There were a couple flaws in this movie, but other than that, I mean, it's such a classic, a great movie. Michael Myers is just such an iconic character, and this is really the movie that kind of got me started in horror movies overall, and it's obviously one of the big three franchises with Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. Halloween 2, another good one. Not as good as the original, definitely better than some of the sequels, which are no longer canon, as neither is this one, because it goes straight from Halloween to Halloween 2018, which is 40 years later, at least according to John Carpenter. But this one I really enjoyed. Then we have this crap, the Halloween collection, 3 movies. This has Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection, and Halloween Curse of Michael Myers. I don't care. And then Halloween 2018, I had Halloween Kills on DVD in my last one, because I haven't put it away yet, but I guess I can now. So I didn't hate this. I know a lot of people were disappointed with how this happened. I honestly kind of enjoyed this movie. I liked Halloween Kills too. I liked the premise of this movie. There are some things that happened that didn't make sense, but as a sequel, a direct sequel to the original, not a bad movie. One of my favorite. I'll probably rewatch it again on Halloween this year. And then there's this thing, Rob Zombie's Halloween remake. It's a Halloween movie. That's why I bought it. I don't care. It sucked. It really did. Next is the Halloween Town 2 movie collections. 2 of my favorite Disney movies. These were Disney Channel original movies, I believe. Halloween Town is a great movie, and I don't care what anyone says. Halloween Town 2 Calabar's Revenge is almost just as good. I love these movies, and I don't really care what anyone says. Great movies. And then Halloween Town High and Return to Halloween Town we could do without, but I bought them because they're part of the series. The first 2 though were just great movies. Next is the Hannibal Lecter 3 movie triple feature. So you have Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, and Manhunter. Silence of the Lambs, obviously a classic. We did a review of that on this channel for Halloween Week. Haven't watched Hannibal or Manhunter, and I do have Red Dragon, which I think is a prequel to Silence of the Lambs, if I'm not mistaken. You'll see that later on when I show the R's. But Silence of the Lambs, obviously a classic, and haven't seen the other 2. And next is Happy Feet. A fun movie. I think they made a second one, didn't they? I haven't seen the second one. I know there's a lot of big names voicing some of the Penguins. Elijah Wood, Robin Williams, Brittany Murphy, Hugh Jackman, Nicole Kidman. I remember enjoying this when I first watched it, but I haven't rewatched it since I got it on DVD. Alright, so in this final stack, the first ones we have is a 2-pack of Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. Seen both of these. Funny movies. Billy Madison, one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. I mean, just an amazing film. Harrison Ford Harrison Ford 4-film collection. So it has Presumed Innocent, The Fugitive, Firewall, and Mosquito Coast. Haven't seen any of these, but Harrison Ford, so probably watch them. This next one is Harbinger Down, or Harbinger Down, however you say it. Seemed interesting, picked it up. Haven't seen it yet. Next, we get into literally my favorite franchise of movies ever. I've seen every single one of these movies at least 1,000 times each. These movies are great. They never get old. I never get tired of watching these. And these are the Harry Potter movies. So we have, this is actually Harry Potter: A History of Magic, which is, I think, it's basically like a documentary on Harry Potter and the filming of it, and interviews with some of the cast and different things like that. But it's narrated by Imelda Staunton, who played Dolores Umbridge in Order of the Phoenix. Haven't watched this yet, but huge Harry Potter fan. So we got, and this is a weird case for this, but we have 2 copies of the Sorcerer's Stone, just because there's 2 copies of the Sorcerer's Stone. Because it's such a great movie. Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, a 2-pack of Order of the Phoenix, and the Half-Blood Prince, which I actually got. It was the only way I could buy Order of the Phoenix, because apparently that movie must have been rare or something, because I couldn't find it anywhere on DVD by itself, so I bought that so that I'd have it. And then I have another copy of the Half-Blood Prince. One of the darkest Harry Potter movies, and probably my favorite Harry Potter movie, actually. And then Deathly Hallows and Deathly Hallows Part 2. These weren't bad. There hasn't been a Harry Potter movie that I haven't liked. There's some that I like less than others. Prisoner of Azkaban, I know, isn't my favorite just because of how long it is, because it repeats itself later on because they go back in time. But other than that, they're all pretty great movies. I enjoy all of them. And then Harry Potter, the interactive DVD game. Basically, if there's anything Harry Potter on DVD, I'm going to buy it. I don't care what it is. I haven't played this, but it's Harry Potter, so I bought it. It's an interactive DVD game, and it's Harry Potter. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right? Next is Haunted Mansion. I haven't seen this in a while. I have seen it. Eddie Murphy. I remember liking it. It's been a while. I haven't seen it since I bought it on DVD, at least. Next is Heartbreak and Triumph, the Shawn Michaels story. Shawn Michaels, obviously a WWE superstar. This is basically a documentary on his life, and he has a book called Heartbreak and Triumph too, which I think is pretty close to the same thing, but movie version instead, because I don't read books. But good documentary. He's a 2-time Hall of Famer for a reason. Next came in that set of random movies. This is Heartbreakers. I don't know. Next is Hell in a Cell, another wrestling one. Some of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches in WWE history on this 3-disc set. So there's that. And then Hell's Kitchen Season 1, raw and uncensored. Nothing is funnier to me than listening to Gordon Ramsay insult people. I mean, it's just freaking hilarious to hear some of the insults he comes up with. And Hell's Kitchen was a fun show. This is just season 1 though. So, but that, I mean, it's hilarious, seriously, to listen to him just yell at people. It's funny. That right there is worth the entire series of Hell's Kitchen. I mean, just to listen to him. So next we have the Hellraiser movies. So we have Hellraiser, and then Hellraiser, or Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, and then the Hellraiser collection, which has 3 Hell on Earth, Hellraiser Bloodline, Hellraiser Inferno, Hellraiser Hellseeker, Hellraiser Deader, and Hellraiser Hellworld. Have not seen any of these. So, yeah. Hero Dog, The Journey Home. Another one where I think these people get lost in the wilderness and this dog saves them or something. Something along those lines, I think. So, yeah, picked it up to watch it. Haven't gotten around to seeing it yet, but probably will, because it seemed like a good movie. Another one I'd never even heard of till I found it at Dollar Tree. This is High Rise. Tom Hiddleston, one of my favorite MCU actors, does a great job playing Loki. I don't know much about this. I just found it at Dollar Tree, so I picked it up. But it's got Tom Hiddleston, Jeremy Irons, Sienna Miller, Luke Evans, and Elizabeth Moss at least. So it seems like a good movie. Picked it up, haven't watched it. Let me know if you've seen it, what you thought about it. Next is probably 3 of the best Disney non-animated movies ever. The High School Musical trilogy. High School Musical, one of my favorite movies ever. High School Musical 2, really good. High School Musical 3, didn't enjoy as much, but still, really good movie. You can't deny that High School Musical is one of the best Disney movies. I don't care how old you are. Next is High Voltage, another one of those like cheap ones that I found and just haven't watched. David Arquette's in it though, so there's that, if that helps. But I haven't seen it. Higher Power, another one I haven't seen. This is basically, I think this is kind of like a sci-fi, like alien thing. Haven't seen this, so it was cheap though, so I picked it up. And then the last one for part 2 of this DVD collection is the history of the World Heavyweight Championship. This is another WWE one, and it gives you all the matches, well, not all the matches, but some of the greatest matches for the World Heavyweight Championship title belt from 1905 to 2009. Some of the greatest matches. And I started watching this. I watched some of the matches. Haven't finished this yet though, but I know they did this for like the WWE title too, and the Intercontinental title, I think. So really good series here about the World Heavyweight title. So anyways, guys, there you go. That's it for part 2 of my updated DVD and Blu-ray collection. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, make sure you go check out part 1 of this video, which was the previous DVD collection video uploaded to this channel. Stay tuned for next week when I give you part 3. It'll be another one of these bins. There's probably going to be at least 5 parts of this, and they're all going to be long because I have a lot of movies to get through, and instead of making this one giant video, we figured split it up. So anyways, there you go. Stay tuned for what else we got going on in this video, and remember guys, leave the scumbaggery at home, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Subscribe.